What is up? What is up, everybody at YouTube? Silver Surfer coming back with another video here. Just trying to get some of my videos out recently as I've kind of delayed on some of my stuff and still trying to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I can get some more of you out there to subscribe to my channel. But without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this one off for you today. I wanted to share with you my newest purchase, which is this little guy right here. Pretty cool. Actually, these are really cool. Anyways, it's an 1862 encased 3-cent postage stamp. 3-cent postage stamp on the back side here. We'll talk about all this stuff here and what these guys are. But let me first give a nice little shout out to my buddy, Make Numismatics Great Again. His link is below. Go ahead and check his channel out if you haven't already. He's got some great stuff. And he looks like he's going to be back here posting videos with this as well. So I picked this up from him, and great guy. That's all I can say about that. But anyway, so let's talk about the encased postage stamps. And what we have behind here is a fractional currency piece, a 25-cent piece. So as you guys know, in 1861, we kicked off the old Civil War between the North and the South. And as with all things, Americans at that point in time were concerned with the economic future, essentially, of the country at that point in time. So what they did was decided to hoard all of the coins, specifically gold and silver and other copper coinage and stuff from circulation, which led to a shortage. Kind of like we had during COVID, but that was more so a supply issue. Anyways, so with the hoarding of all of these coins from circulation, you can imagine that kind of left a strain in the marketplace with being able to purchase various items, as a lot of the stuff back in the day, costed only essentially some coinage, right? So for instance, we had, I think it was a loaf of bread was about 3 cents, et cetera, et cetera. So without being able to have stuff to buy or stuff to pay for goods and services within the marketplace, that was a little bit of a crisis that we had in this country. And so around 1861, a law was passed in the country that allowed for postage currency, as well as other things at that point in time, some tokens, etc., to basically supply the currency within the United States and to be able to trade for that. And so people would essentially use stamps at this point in time. As you can see, the postage was, a lot less than it is today, to pay for such goods and services. And they would carry these stamps around in big, huge envelopes and pull them out when necessary to pay for certain things. Well, naturally, you can probably imagine that that was not a really good practice. And the reason why is because it's paper. And so when this transacts between multiple people over even a short period of time, that stuff breaks down and eventually gets pretty damaged. So a brilliant man, Mr. John Galt, he was just essentially an entrepreneur, businessman, had an idea at that time, once this law was authorized to allow postage currency to pay for goods and services by the government, to be able to take these stamps and encase them within a brass casing, essentially. And so that it was between two different types of, not dies, but presses, if you would. And you would take the stamp essentially and compress it between these types of this brass coating here, which you can see, and it would enclose the stamp on that piece. And so he was the one who essentially created that. Moreover, there would be a little mica film, M-I-C-A it's spelled, that covers the outside of this to help, again, for preservation-wise when this is passing through multiple people's hands. And it was a brilliant idea, very brilliant idea. And to even lead matters in his favor some more, what he decided to do was market this and be able to sell it to different various individuals that were trying to get their product out there, whether it be, an apothecary, physician, or other types of, pharmaceuticals, or whatever the case was. And this would allow them to essentially market their advertisement on the back of these and then sell it. And so he would prepare these brass coatings with their advertisement on the back, sell it to the certain individual at a profit above face value, and that's how he made money. And so you can see on this one, it's kind of hard. Let me see if I can get my loop out here, though. What we got going on here. But anyways, maybe not. That's kind of going to be challenging. Oh, darn, I was trying to get it. Anyways, maybe if I just zoomed in, it's probably a little bit better. There you go. So you can see that patented August 12th, 1862, J. Galt. That's the gentleman who created these things. And this, it was a brilliant idea, like I said, and it only lasted for about a year, though, unfortunately. And the reason why was because, again, good old government, they decided to say, hey, we should get our hands in this as well and issue this stuff here called fractional currency. And that's exactly what happened. So the issuance of fractional currency essentially took place of these encased postage stamps, and they went away within about a year after being released. Moreover, like I mentioned in the very beginning, there was a lot of other hard times tokens, are called Civil War tokens, that were also used and for different goods and services throughout the war effort also, that helped to provide a lot of the transactions and stuff within society at that time. But fascinating story and fascinating piece of history. Really crazy thing about these is over the, I think it was a year or so, maybe a little bit over a year that they were issued, there was approximately 750,000 of these made, with about, that equaled out to about $50,000 in face value from the different stamp prices. And it was all stamps from this era as well, right? Your 1862, 63, so on and so forth. And so but survival rate of these is estimated to be about 35 to 7,000 of these left. So if you do the math on that, that's less than 1% of these are known to exist still. And things you look for, just like any other coin, right? Condition, you're looking for the outside brass coating, making sure your mica film or mica film on there is very, very important. If that thing's all chewed up and tore up, that reduces the value. The type of stamp that's in there, this is a more common one, the 3-cent Washington, but there's also a 10-cent, a 12-cent, I believe, even I want to say a 24-cent Washington. There's some Thomas Jeffersons, there's a 1-cent Ben Franklin, there's a whole slew of these different things. But anyways, and then also the encased postage advertisement on the back here is also very important. And little quick story about this, which is why I really like it, is Ayers, that you see right there. Dr. Ayers went to UPenn Med School and was kind of more so involved with the pharmaceutical companies, if you would, which would be essentially be the pharmaceutical company of today. And so he got involved, kind of was like worked at an apothecary store, so on and so forth. And he had some weird practices. A lot of his potions or cures, if you would, and I quote, were essentially booze. So that's kind of funny, especially because I work in healthcare. But so he kind of became big by inventing the cough syrup. And one of his other big things was these cathartic pills. And for any of you guys who work in healthcare or just general knowledge overall may understand what cathartic means. And that's essentially another word for laxative. And so look at this funny little transcription going around here. The currency to pass. I just find that really, really funny to me. But anyways, that's Dr. Ayers. He had a lot of these made, and this is one of the more common one of the type of brass coatings on the back, but there's some very, very rare ones out there as well. So anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was my little story about encased postage stamps. What do I got back here? I don't really have anything else to share with you guys kind of today. This is just a little general folder that I got as a gift. It's not really all that great though. It's made by Lighthouse, but yeah, I'm not really satisfied with this thing because the coins just slide all around and I'm probably not using it the way that it should be used. So whatever. But anyways, here's some of my raw coins, some more orderly coppers, half cents, large cents, so on and so forth. Some fun stuff, you know, little drape bust there. What is that, 1807 over 6 strike. I like this on the classic heads. These are really cool. It's all turned in there as well. And then there's a flying cent. Yeah, some good stuff. Let's see what else we got here, guys. But yeah, like I said, this holder, it's made by Lighthouse, is not really satisfied with it. Some of the earlier Lincoln cents that are better dates, 10S, 12S. I got the 11S slabbed, 13S. We got 14S. All those early San Francisco dates are awesome. And then some 1864, 2 cents. That's the first coin that we put the motto, "In God We Trust," on it. There's an early 3-cent silver. Most of these coins I inherited as part of my collection from my dad, and that was his when he was a kid. And so these are very special and sentimental. And I just decided, instead of having them in a box, you know, just go ahead and put them in this little thing since it was a gift, this Lighthouse book. Kind of make a little typeset. Anyways, 3 cent, some 5-cent shields. There's a V-nickel, and all of them, you know, nothing too big or whatever. They're all pretty much circulated. Here's some earlier examples of the 38 Jefferson's first year of issue. There's a Philly, Denver, and San Francisco. First year issue of the half dime here. Oh, not of the half dime, but of the cap bust half dime, I should say. Tiny, tiny little coin. Yeah, and I got that at a coin show, Long Beach coin show when I was a kid. Look at the prices we paid for that thing. It was like $9 I ended up paying for it. Pretty cool. What else do we got on this to show you guys? Some other type coins here. Some half dimes, seeded, some cap bust dimes, some seeded dimes. That's a nice little 20-cent piece right there. Little GVG. A hold. I love these little mini Go-Brits with no stars and obverse. These are cool. These are cool coins. Unfortunately, someone decided to put that on a piece of jewelry and walk around with it. Here's a better date Barber dime, 13S. Only 500,000 mintage. Again, early quarter. I got that at the Long Beach coin show as well back in the day when I was a kid. That's an inherited seeded quarter, unknown date, or I'm sorry, unknown mint mark. Example of a Mercury dime, another seeded dime. And the last page here is some other kind of coins. Got Barber, another Barber. Look at that. Paid $4 1/4 for that at the Long Beach coin show years ago. A nicer looking Standing Liberty. I love that design, the old Standing Liberty, especially in high grade, full head. Doesn't get any better in type 1. Moving down, 64 quarter, silver of course. 2019 W, those are a fun chase. And you can still find them in circulation too in your hunting rolls. Found a whole bunch of 2019 and 2020 Ws over my time. There's a cap bust, got some damage on it, but whatever, it's cool. And then some more half seeded. Again, these are all just kind of inherited coins here that I kind of holdered and took good care of them and stuff like that. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Let me know if you guys enjoy these Encased Postage stamps, and hoping to get some more videos out. Got a ton of stuff to just catch up and share with y'all. So there's that. Oh, you know what? Let me just show you one other thing here. As I mentioned, I haven't showed much of my art collection, and this one is one of my favorites. This is a Home Street Home. We're going to zoom in there. That is edition 74 of 80. Coming over here, and it's Diogo Machado, 2021. So this is a limited edition print by Diogo Machado. This is actually kind of a redux version. He did the original, I believe, back in 2012, an issue similar to this. And this was kind of a nod to the ending of the COVID era and getting back out to society, if you would. But big fan of this guy. He is from Portugal, and he does these azulejos tile work, which is a 5,000-year-old tradition of the blue and white tiles that you guys see. And he does this all around the world. Beautiful, beautiful tile work is where he first started off doing it. And he ended up kind of using more stencil work and stuff over time, just because it's easier and you can cover more ground and it's a lot cheaper too. But so this is a limited edition print from him. His nickname is Adfuel, if you ever want to check him out. Awesome guy. Coming out, here's my house, sorry for the mess. And here is an actual original gel ink on ceramic edition of 22. Beautiful tile work, and so you guys can see this is a product and quality that this guy does. Just a fantastic piece. And he does each and every little tile work will have certain symbols and stuff like that within that you guys can pick out, from flowers to design to all this stuff. And he draws everything by hand at first, and then, you know, gets these printed out, gel inks, and uses ceramic and stuff like that. So this came framed. This is an original piece of Adfield. Very, very cool. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll get going on showing you some more videos and some more art in the future. Until next time, Silver Surfer is out.